Good evening, fans, and welcome inside Veterans Memorial Fieldhouse, where tonight the visiting Broncos will play your hometown Wilmot Panthers in what might be the biggest game of the season to date. I'm joined here in the booth with Dane Schleichner, and let's get into some of this pregame here. 9:50 till tip-off. So Wilmot on the season, 12-6, first in conference, putting up 47.3 points per game, winning their games with defense as of late. Dane, you got anything to say to the job that Coach Boyd has done in just his first season as the female head coach?
I think Coach Boyd's done a really good job of implementing some trapping defense for the Lady Panthers.
All right, I concur. Let's move on here a little bit. Last game out. It was here Friday, January 26th. Haley Lamberson with 13 and Zeno with 12 to lead the way to a 62-41 lead for the Panthers. They came out a little bit flat in the first half, but they kicked it up in the second, and we saw the team that we expected to see. Tonight, though, they're going to need that second half team the whole way through. This Broncos squad is no joke. And speaking of this Broncos squad, they are 14-3 on the season, second in conference. They trail Wilmot by just half of a game. And their offense is a little bit more impressive than the Panthers here, putting up 58.2 points per game, nearly 60 a night. Conference standings on here, as we see, the names are not updated there. It should be Wilmot and then Union Grove. But nonetheless, Wilmot 9-1 leading the conference, and Burlington and Union Grove both just half a game behind. So this game is pivotal. And around the conference tonight, we've just got two other games as the Badgers will take on Elkhorn and the Delvin Darien Comets will take on Westosha Central. But the teams that we really care about are these three vying for first. As we already talked about, the Panthers and the Broncos, but don't sleep on the Demons from Burlington. 9-2 in conference, third place, and they're just half a game back too. Now they don't play tonight, but next week Wilmot will face off against Burlington in the 1-3. A huge game, equally as big as tonight. Dane, any words on that game?
Well, last year we saw it. Wilmot played Burlington at the very end of the season, a chance for the conference title. Burlington came out victorious.
Interesting, potentially some bad blood in that game. Want a little bit of revenge for last year's loss. Keys to the game for tonight. Accuracy from three. Last game out against Waterford, we saw a lot of shots go up, a lot of good looks, but you're going to need those to fall tonight. They were putting them up, as I said, a lot of them, but they just couldn't quite to get them fall in the first half. They got them back up in the second half, but they're going to need them right from tip-off tonight. Number two is defense. This Union Grove squad does not joke around on offense, and if you give them an opportunity, they'll end it early.
One big key for the Union Grove Broncos is playing through senior Brooklyn Bull. She has eclipsed 1,000 points already in her high school career.
An impressive mark, especially here in the Southern Lakes Conference. We get on to our third one, energy, and you can't see the home crowd here. We'll switch to that view in just a second, but this is the most fans we've seen at a home game in a while. And the players on the court really have to feed off of that energy. You know, we're putting some of it on the crowd. They've got to bring the energy. Dan, you got anything else to add? Looking forward to tonight's matchup?
I like the amount of people we have right here from the Wilmot fan sections.
Definitely a lot of people. We'll see if the fan section leader, Danny Folos, can get some nice chants going tonight, get some energy. But until tip-off, it's about 6 minutes until player intros and the national anthem. We'll be back with that. Don't go anywhere, folks.
Number 2, Brooklyn Bulls. Number 10, Megan Barber. Number 12, Taylor Clark. Number 22, Angela Slattery. And number 23, Alyssa Cuss. And now, the starters for your Wilmot Panthers. Number 2, Haley Lemerson. Number 3, Riley Alexander. Number 10, Ashley Lesko. Number 23, Caroline Claus. And number 25, Morgan Zeno. We want to remind fans that the WIAA requires good sportsmanship by student athletes, coaches, and spectators at education-based interscholastic events. We request your cooperation by supporting the participants and officials in a positive manner. Profane, racial, sexist, or ethnic comments or other intimidating actions directed at officials, student athletes, coaches, or team representatives will not be tolerated and are grounds for removal from the site of tonight's competition.
Welcome back, folks, and we are set to tip off here. Dane, any final words before we get going?
Well, looks like everyone's excited. We even have a standing student section tonight.
That's a big thing here. It's been a little bit weak here lately in the student section, but it'll be Lesko tipping off for the Panthers, and she'll get the tip. Lamberson to start, and the big thing to watch this Wilmot squad is three-point shooting, but they'll do that too, as Lesko gets it to go 4-2 to kick it off. And the student section getting it started off with a good chant here. And the Wilmot defense, some solid defense to start. This is a potent offense as great D there. Shot may have been effective from Alexander behind. Good pass ahead, and it's Claus. We really got to see if they can get the shooting going early. They're a hard team to keep up with if they can. Zeno, good pass, and the drive, no good. Alexander, a good move, but just couldn't quite get it to go there. And good D here from Wilmot, forcing the ball outside. Nothing getting in the paint. They produce an open shot, and it'll fall. 3-2, good shot there for the Broncos. The Wilmot's just got to slow down a little bit here, get the shots that they want. Here's the cut. Claus up and in. 4-3. Each team scoring in their last possession here. 16:20 to go in the game. The drive and pass. Double team there, and they kick it to the corner where they've got their only points of the game so far. The cut, hop step inside, and jump ball. Bad pass and some good swarming defense by the Panthers. It'll remain on this end of the court. There's the inbound. And they work it inside. Double team, but it doesn't matter. And 5-4. Neither team's defense doing much early. Claus dishes it out. Lamberson right back to her. Nearly stolen and then turnover. But Zeno corrals it. Alexander, no good. But the board, let's go. A third try, can't get it. And knocked out of bounds by Alexander. It'll remain on this end of the court. Bronco ball. Dane, for those viewers just joining us, who would you say is the player to watch on this Union Grove team?
I would definitely say Brooklyn Bull. She just passed her right there. Over 1,000 points scored in her career.
Yeah, she can definitely score in bunches. You see her there, number 2, as the drive ahead and a foul. Good move by Zeno to get to the hoop and a great pass. Zeno could take the lead right back here early in the game, obviously, with 15-17 to go in just the first half. First is up and short. Here comes the second. Coach Boyd trying to keep first place all to the Panthers as she'll drain the second, so we're tied at 5 apiece here early in the first half. And not a lot of success getting inside here for the Broncos early, but they did hit that corner 3 to start, and that's something you got to keep an eye on here if you're the Panthers. Don't let them take too many more of those, as that one almost went down. They get the rebound, however. Broncos with a second chance. Working on Lamberson, gives it up. Good pass inside! And foul there. The home crowd thought that was a clean block, but nonetheless, Zeno with a foul. And it's Taylor Clark at the line. And that is good. So we are at 6-5. Passing here on the perimeter. Claus dish to Alexander. Inside to Lesko. And she doesn't find any space. Good pass. Lesko, another shot, and she can't get it. Good look, just couldn't convert. And this Bronco team pushing the pace on offense here. Good D trapped in the corner, but they pass out. Good cut. And it'll be Wilmot ball. "14 minutes remain in the first half. The Panthers trail by 1. If you're just joining us, the significance of this game, if the Panthers win, they move firmly into first place. As Claus on the drive, she won't get it, and the rebound to the Broncos. On the break, Bull dishes, gets it back, pulls up. Oh, sensational move, leading to a bucket. It's 8-5, a deep 2, and she drains it. Lamberson with it. A problem the Wilmot squad had their last time out. They could not get defensive rebounds. And that's good for Bell. Waterford had a field day on the offensive glass, getting a lot of second opportunities and even third opportunities out of their possessions. That's something they've definitely got to improve on for tonight. Another 3, and that one's just long. Board to Zeno. Here comes Lamberson running the point. Gets inside, dishes. Not the look they were looking for. Alexander's got it, and Zeno, no one around her, she'll miss that one. Good rebound by Claus, and she'll draw the foul. And the crowd really in it tonight. Great sight if you're a fan of the Panthers. Alexander inbounds to Bell. Here's Lamberson with it. And a travel by Zeno. Good look, they got it inside, just didn't dribble before she picked up her feet there. And Angelina Slaterly dribbles it up the court. She's been running point the whole night, and that three is short. On the break, Ketterhagen up, oh, just long. Bronco ball. Looked like a for sure basket there. And here is Alyssa Coos working on Lamberson. Bull with it now. Drawing coverage here from Bell. Step back, jumper. That one falls short. It's obvious she's trying to get some looks from mid-range. In transition, oh, long for Alexander, but Lamberson gets the rebound. Zeno, she'll try her luck. Oh! And a wedgie. Good open look from Zeno. And a fan onto the court now to get the ball out. Bring some extra excitement to this fan section. And Wilmot will be inbounding. They trail by one, 11:39 to go in the first half, and they'll get the ball right back. Dana, what have you seen that's turned this game? It was high scoring initially, but the defenses are stepping it up. You think that's going to be a theme or just kind of short-lived on the defensive end? What do you see going forward?
Well, I think right now especially the Panthers are letting the Broncos get some outside looks, and they've been making them.
And there is Becca Bell, so the Panthers lead 9-8. On the other end, the Broncos get a shot off, but they won't get it. Ketterhagen on the break. Dishes. Lamberson with it. And Bell thought she had Lesko open, but it's stolen away. Yeah, personally, I think these defenses just needed a few minutes to kind of feel out the opponent's offense, figure things out and get into a little bit of a rhythm. But we're seeing a little bit of a defensive struggle now these past couple of minutes, as it's nearly stolen again there by the Panthers, but it'll go out of bounds. Bronco ball. And Bull pulls up. Oh, she'll get it to go. Her shot is pure, 11-9. And Bronco ball, good defense. Wilmot's got to be careful here. You don't want to allow the Broncos to go on too big of a run this early in the game. Passes out of it. And it's interesting, the offense doesn't appear to involve Bull as much as one might think with as many points as she scored. She's kind of playing off ball, just kind of sitting in the corner. Dan, do you think that'll change as the game goes on?
Well, I think Union Girls done a very good job facilitating their offense with her in the corner.
Yeah, I think she's playing well from that off-ball kind of position, allowing other players to get in a scoring groove as Lamberson's shot altered there. And Bronco ball again. 2 possessions, 2 turnovers for the Panthers. And Hickey will go to the scorer's table. She's going to check in here for Lamberson. That's one of the strengths of this Wilmot squad. They've got fantastic depth at the guard position. It'll be interesting to see here, though, as the game goes long, potentially in the second half, if Bull tries to take over a little bit. And she has the ball now, working on Bell. I'd be careful, not give her a lot of space. Cuts inside, good pass, and it's in. Playing very selflessly right now as it's 15-9, a Wilmot timeout. 9:42 to go in the first half. Dan, what do the Panthers have to do to get themselves out of this early hole they've dug themselves?
Well, it looks like they got to make a few more shots. Right now, only 4 have gone in, and they've attempted a lot more than that.
Yeah, personally, I think they're getting the looks from beyond the arc, like that Zeno 3 that was the wedgie. That's the kind of look you want, but that's why early in the pregame show we said the key is three-point accuracy. It's not just getting the open shots. We know the offense works. You know, Coach Boyd has made sure the team's executed it well this season, but when it really comes down to it, can you hit the open shots? Can you convert on the open looks that the offense provides you? And that's what's going to come down to in this game, I believe. We know this Wilmot squad can shoot. They can be streaky at times, but they're going to need their best tonight. Nothing will be handed to them this late in the season. And the Panthers will have possession, trying to avoid a turnover for a third straight possession. Hickey in the game now for Lamberson. Let's go with it, working inside. Sees the double team briefly. Dishes it, Hickey. And that won't go. And a foul on the Panthers and over the back. And here come the Broncos. Bull, she dishes. Mid-range, pull up, that won't go. Alexander the rebound. Here she comes. Catterhagen, and the mid-range is good. Way to recognize that open shot and take it. Quick trigger on that one. Pass inside, and it's good. The Broncos answer with a 2 of their own. Hickey with the ball now. Passes it off. Back to her. And a dish out. Almost open enough look for her to shoot there. And Ketterhagen will, and she gets back-to-back buckets. And a steal. 17-13, the Panthers trail 4, and they'll have the ball here. And Ketterhagen has scored the Panthers' last 4 points. As we were saying, she's a part of this guard depth that's pretty insane, you know, considering she doesn't even start, but you can get production like this off of the bench. Same goes for Julia Hickey, who has the ball now, passing around here. Finds Claus in the corner. That won't go. Good look. Bull with it. She's handling the ball a little bit more as the game goes on. Good defense by Alexander, and the shot is way short. Second opportunity, though, and she drains it. 19-13. The offensive rebounds here as Hickey, she won't get it to go. As I was saying, offensive rebounds for this Broncos squad could really hurt Wilmot as Ketterhagen forces a turnover. Great pressure there. She bodied up Alyssa Kuss, and she had nowhere to go but out of bounds. Ketterhagen kind of providing a shot in the arm for this Wilmot squad off the bench, and it's one that is much needed as Lamberson nearly turns it over. She works inside, finds a shooter, mid-range, no good. Another solid look for the Panthers. They still trail 6. 7:10 to go, and a foul drawn by Kuss. Bell will enter the game for Hickey. And a foul on the Broncos. Wilmot will get possession here. And 4 fouls already for the Broncos. 3 for the Panthers. Here comes Lamberson. She'll get a screen from Zeno. Claus gives back to her for 3, and it'll fall. She cuts it down to just a 3-point affair. Bull with it. She dishes. Cuss passes to the corner. Pulls up. Another 3. No good. Wilmot the rebound. They've got a chance to tie it up here. Claus, she'll do it. And it won't fall. Lamberson nearly gets the rebound. The energy, though, here, you had the feeling the home crowd was going to explode if Claus hit that transition 3. It's a refreshing sight to see them here in numbers standing. Alyssa Kuss running the point for the Broncos. 6:30 to go in the first half. Panthers trail by 3. Good pass inside, and Bull is blocked. Good defense by the Panthers. Lamberson passes ahead, and Zeno turns it over. Butterfingers there. Broncos setting up the offense now. Kuss with it. Dribbles and gives to Bull. She'll pull a deep one. Oh, right down the hatch. Another 3 for Bull. 22-16. Claus inside. Alexander, she can't answer it. And Wilmot forces a jump ball on the rebound. And it'll be Bronco ball here. 5:44 to go. The Panthers trail by 6. Dane, what do you think Coach Boyd's got to adjust to? We're getting close to halftime here in the second half. What are the big adjustments, you think?
Right now, I don't think Union Girls been making a living inside the paint. We got to stop the perimeter shots.
Yeah, especially Bull. Her last one was a deep 3. And Wilmot will gain possession off of an offensive foul.
Could be important to note Morgan Zeno ran back to the locker room after being subbed out.
She did take a bit of a tumble in transition that last break there. She did sustain an injury a couple weeks ago, maybe something to watch. Nonetheless, Lesko will be in the game for her, so they don't lose much height. Passing around here, Kuss drives and gives to Bull. Right back to Kuss. And there was an open shooter in the corner. She didn't see her, but on the drive, she'll get 2. An 8-point lead. And the Broncos are really cracking it open right now. Lamberson thinks about a 3, but passes it up. Let's go. She'll draw a foul. And I believe we'll go against number 12, Taylor Clark. Her 3rd. So Taylor Clark has half of her team fouls right now. Les goes first. It's up and too long. Here's her second. That one's up and it is good. So 17-24, a 7-point Bronco lead. 4:50 to go in the first half. This game for first place in conference right now as Bull will draw a foul on the way up. Claus took a bit of a spill after the play, but Bull will go to the line and shoot 2. Here's the first. Up and good. So 25-17. She could push it to a 9-point lead for the Broncos right here with a make. That's up and good. 26-17. Panthers need an answer. You don't want to go in half down potentially double digits. Here's Bell with it. They have been passing well tonight. Mid-range Claus, and that's in. Good shot as she tees up from the mid-range and converts. 26-19. Bull, she dishes it. The cut. And a foul again. They'll go to the line and shoot 2 more.
Foul on Kloss, her first. Slattery to the line, shooting 2.
That is up and long. Also important for the Panthers to get back in is to get the crowd back in a little bit. They seem to have lost some of the energy, some of the focus they had earlier with the chance, potentially giving the team some energy, but that's all gone right now as she'll hit the second, 27-19. Emerson works her way inside and finds a cutting Claus. Won't get it to go. Second chance and draws the foul.
Foul on Weiss, her first. Kloss to the line, shooting 2.
And here is Claus. The first is up, and that is long. Here comes the second. That is long as well. So the Panthers come up empty-handed from that trip to the charity stripe. The cut. Good pass inside, but they missed the easy bucket. Bell with the rebound. And Lamberson here on the break. And she carried there. Trying to get the ball inside. Here comes Bull, running point. She hasn't handled the ball much this game, but she will now. Alexander picks her up on defense. Gets a screen. And passes out. Cuss, driving kick back to Bull. 3:30 to go in the first half. And she pulls up from deep. No good. Bull with a bit of a heat check there. 27-19. Lamberson drives inside. Some contact, but no foul. And the rebound will go to Union Grove. They're bringing some press here. Defenders up. And Cuss with it. Mid-range. Dishes. It's Bull. From deep. And no good. It looked like Peyton Kilberg was going to get that for a second, but it bounced out. 2:50 to go. Good pass here, and it's stolen. The other way. Oh! That looked clean to me up here in the booth, but a foul on Riley Alexander.
Second foul already on Alexander. Looks like Ariana Reed is going to come in for her.
And also at the scorer's table, Zeno. So the injury can't be anything too serious. Coach Boyd has the confidence to put her back out onto the court. Lesko and Alexander will leave the game. Panthers trail 8 and 0 for 2 at the line there. And immediately a timeout by Coach Boyd. Dane, we've been talking a lot about the offense here of the Panthers and how they just need to convert the open looks they're getting, because they are getting quite a few, but what on defense can they do to contain Brooklyn Bull? Obviously, you can't stop her. She's a scoring machine, but how can you contain her?
I think one of the keys to stopping Brooklyn Bull is to honestly stop the other drivers. Once the Broncos have been getting inside of the paint, Brooklyn Bull's been wide open on the perimeter.
Yeah, I agree. That drive kick has been nice. She has been playing mostly off ball. We've seen her carry the ball up the court a few times as a handler. The Panthers here trail 8. 2:40 to go. Big game for them. The biggest of the year to date, as the winner of this game will move squarely into first place. Pass down to Bell now. She's looking for some space and gets it to Zeno. And open Hickey. Oh! Splashes that one, goes in. Wilmot down 5. 2 minutes to go. Cuss will handle the ball here. Gives it up. And they're passing around well. Bull has got it. Bell picks her up. Cuts in to the corner. And they don't have anything going with that mid-range shot. No good. Bull fouls and gets a rebound, though. Good pass inside, but blocked. Becca Bell getting big in the paint. 1:40 to go. Zeno with it. Dishes it to the corner. Hickey, another. No good, but the rebound to Bell. Up and no good again. So Wilmot can't convert on either shot, and then they foul. Bad possession for them overall.
Foul on Bell, her first. Constable. Shooting right to bonus.
And with that being the 7th foul, Union Grove will be shooting in the bonus here. 1:27 remain in the first half. That is up, and it's long, but she gets her own rebound. Bull with it now. Can't give her any space. She'll pull up from just about anywhere. Cuss passes out. 1:10 to go. Drive. Nearly stolen by Lamberson, and a jump ball. Good defense by the Panthers there. Let's see if they can close this deficit a little bit before halftime, make it a little bit more manageable when they come out of the break. Lamberson with it. Dishes to the corner. Hickey inside. Zeno, good find, but she can't get the bucket on the hook shot. 54 seconds to go. Down the court, Broncos on the break. No good, and it'll remain down here. Zeno couldn't quite corral the ball. Panthers trail 5, and stick around for halftime, folks. We have Kevin Brenner in the booth. We'll interview him about what he thinks on this game, the girls' season, and then talk about the guys' season a little bit.
Timeout, Broncos.
And head coach Rob Domagalski takes a timeout here for the Broncos. They're trying to regroup they've seen some tough defense here the last couple possessions from Wilmot as they've crawled their way back into this game. Impressive game though from Domagalski's team. They've been passing really well, and as we noted, with their best player playing kind of off-ball offense for the most part of the game so far, just kind of standing in the corner, allowing other players to get into a rhythm. I think that's been big so far and attributed to a lot of their success. 48.1 seconds remain in the first half. Both teams in the bonus. Bull passes out. Kuss dishes as well. Sets a screen. Around the top. And 34 seconds to go. Cut. Bull's got it again. Good defense by Lamberson. 25 to go. Hickey the defense on Kuss. She's got nowhere to go, and she picks up her dribble. Passes it out. 9 seconds, and nearly a steal, and Wilmot will get the ball with 7.7 seconds to go. Great defense. They suffocated the Broncos offense there. They couldn't advance the ball at all. And 5 seconds to go. Lamberson with it. 4 passes inside, stolen, and that'll send us into halftime. So we'll rejoin you in just a few minutes here in the booth with an interview with Kevin Brenner. Until then, have a fantastic night, folks, but don't go anywhere. We'll be right back in just a minute or two. Welcome back here, folks. We're in the booth with Kevin Brenner. We just got a few questions for him, and then we'll talk a little bit more about halftime. And Kevin, what have you seen tonight from the girls?
I've seen great energy. I've seen great basketball. They're trailing by 5 right now. I think it's definitely manageable for them in the second half. They should take it to them and hopefully be in first after this game.
And overall, how do you think about Coach Boyd, his first season on the girls' team, and they're in first place right now? How do you think he's doing on the year?
Personally, I don't know him like too much, but from what I've known from him and like from how I've gotten to know him this year, he brings great energy to them. He's positive all the time. It seems like he pushes them really hard in practice, and it shows on the court. So I think he's doing a great job coming in this first year.
Let's bring it over to the guys' team. You guys are in 5th place right now. Dan, you want to start off with some questions about that, the guys' season?
Well, Kevin, how do you think the season's going as to what the expectations were at the beginning of the season?
Well, I think last year we obviously had a down year, at least at the beginning, but then we made a run in the playoffs. So I think we had high hopes coming into this year that we could build off of that, and I think so far we've done pretty well. We've lost some tough games, but then again, we're about halfway. We've got about 6 games left-ish in the regular season. I think we can make a run out of it and hopefully do well again in the playoffs.
And as I mentioned, those expectations, do you think that coming towards the end of the season, do you think the Panthers can live back up to those expectations? A lot of people thought, 3rd in conference is a good spot.
I think really we can get to that 3rd spot, win some big games this week, next week. I think anything's possible for this team in the playoffs. I think we can make some exciting stuff happen, bring some energy to the crowd.
And with the amount of seniors on the team that you guys have, they accounted for over 50% of the scoring last year, just Jeremy Bruton and Latrell Glass. What would it mean to them, you think, if you guys could help them push far, make a deep run this year, their final year as a Panther?
I think it'd mean everything. They've been a part of the program 4 years. They've been on varsity all 4 years. I've played with them now 2 years. This is my 3rd year with them. And they're great guys, and they love basketball more than anything. So I think we can definitely do it for them, and they love to just be a part of it.
All right, thanks, Kevin. Dan, you have anything else for him?
Well, you did mention those seniors. We have 8 senior basketball players. What do you think about next year? I know it's a long ways away, but do you have any thoughts as to what could happen next year?
I think it's going to be an interesting offseason, and just get through this season with those guys, play for them right now.
All right, thanks, Kevin. Always a pleasure to have you in the booth. We look forward to seeing you play some big games here on home court.
Hey, tune in, everybody.
All right, Dana, let's stay around here and talk a little bit more about halftime. My hot take is got to be the Wilmot defense, the second part of that first half. They looked a little bit rocky when they came out in the first half, but they really stepped it up in the last couple of minutes there in crunch time when they needed it. You saw the Broncos try to go ISO with Bull a little bit. They tried to get her some screen action, but Lamberson especially wasn't having any of it. Just playing airtight defense, not allowing any separation. What's your hot take going into halftime?
Well, to add on to yours, I think Julia Hickey's played a very good half of half-court defense, my bad. I will also add the Panthers need to limit the turnovers. There are countless players who have at least 1 turnover, a couple with 2 also. If you can limit the turnovers and make sure you can get some shots on the offensive half, you should be able to get some more points.
Well, that's all we have for you at halftime. 5 minutes to go until the second half. The Wilmot Panthers trail 27-22. Make sure to stay tuned. Huge conference matchup. The winner moves into first place right now, and we know it's relatively early in the season, about halfway point. Maybe you think, a lot could change, but with the top 3 teams only playing one other time, that's next week when Wilmot takes on Burlington. This game is monumental in scope. So enjoy the halftime off. Grab your favorite snack because we're going to be in for a long haul of a second half. A lot of basketball ahead. Until then, stay tuned, folks, and have a fantastic night. Welcome back to Veterans Memorial Fieldhouse, where the Panthers trail by 5. 27-22. The second half is just going to begin in a minute and 10 seconds here. But the Panthers have a very manageable hold to dig out. Only down 5. It's just a 2-possession game. But they got to manage that. But if this game is anything like the last home game when they played Waterford, they should win this. They were only up 1 against Waterford in that matchup, but they outscored the Wolverines by a whopping 18 points in the second half. If we get that team right here, right now, this Panther squad is going to walk away with the win. Dan, you got anything to add before we get into some second half action?
Well, I do believe that the Panthers are going to have a really good second half, but I will say these Union Grove girls are definitely not Waterford. These girls are top of the conference. I think it's going to be a very tough second half.
I agree. It's going to be a lot harder now. The margin. I don't expect Wilmot to outscore UG by 18 this second half, but they're definitely going to turn up the intensity, I think. It's a theme we've seen. Maybe we'll see the full court press come out. Anything to get them going. And speaking of getting them going, this fan section still remaining strong here. And it's been a while since we could say that. But it's nice to have them back in full effect, standing up, and quite a few fans here even for the JV game that ended before the varsity game. The Panthers won by 5 points, I believe, a close one right down to the end. But getting back to the game at hand, the Broncos will start off the second half with the ball. And Brooklyn Bull with it. Dishes it, and that's one thing you've got to say about this Bronco offense. They move the ball very well. A lot of great passing from the guards, but something to say, they haven't been able to get it inside too much. Even though Zeno might not have fantastic defensive stats, she's not allowing passes inside. Rebound there, and here's Lamberson. Dishes, wide open. Oh, in and out, but the rebound to Lesko, and a jump ball. Those are the kind of looks that you need to cash in on. Wilmot inbounding, and it's nearly stolen. Zeno with it. Claus on the cut. A lot of contact, but no foul there. Here come the Broncos. And it's stolen. Claus knocked it out, and Lamberson scooped it up. Here comes Claus. Tries to draw contact, but can't. Broncos out ahead, and they'll get their layup to go. 29-22 in the corner. Claus, oh, it's short, and a block there, but Zeno will get hers. And just Zeno's third point of the game there. She's starting out a little bit slow tonight. We'd like to see her turn that up in the second half. Deep one, nearly goes in. The Panthers are not respecting the range of the Broncos, and it did not hurt them there. Zeno with it, pulls up from deep. Oh, she buries that one. 27-29, a 5-point Wilmot run, and they're down just 2 points. Coos with it, working on Lamberson. Dishes, and she's wide open from deep. She won't get it to go. Zeno the rebound. The Panthers the chance to tie or take the lead, but a bad pass and a turnover there for Zeno. Great chance there for the Panthers. They just couldn't get the pass down court. And here come the Broncos. It's Coos. She's done a majority of the ball handling all night here for the Broncos. Gives it to Bull. Bull gets a screen. One-on-one on Zeno. And step back. A friendly bounce, and it rolls in. And the Panthers, Zeno inside. She'll answer with a shot of her own. Back-to-back scores, 29-31. Broncos passing around well. Pull up from 3. Way short, but they'll get the rebound out to Bull. Inside and in.
Basket by White.
33-29.
Timeout Broncos.
And the Broncos call a timeout. Both teams coming out of half with a burst of energy here. A lot of scoring. And Dane, what do you think about the start to the second half right now?
I think we got to watch out for the Panthers. Morgan Zeno, 1 point in the first half. She got 7 in this half already.
A definite outburst of scoring. I would describe it as incendiary. 7 points already in the second half. Amazing work in doing it inside and outside. She also hit that 3. Coming out of the timeout now, the Panthers trail by just 4 points. A lot of action in just a little bit of time here in the second half. Lamberson with it. Finds Alexander, who gets it back to her. Bell inside to Zeno. Good move. Up. She'll get that one too. 31-33. A 2-point affair. The Broncos taking their time dribbling it up court. Coos dishes. It's Bull. She's shown off that step back tonight. Inside, and a foul on the shot. Number 12, Taylor Clark, will go to the line for 2.
Clark to the line. Shoot 2.
2-point affair right now, and that one is in. So 34-31, 14 minutes and 10 seconds to go in the second half. Sub there as Claus will exit for Ketterhagen. Second is short, and Ketterhagen gets the rebound and draws the foul. I think that's Clark's 4th.
It is.
And she'll exit the game promptly. Could be big for the Panthers, as I believe she started the game. Ketterhagen with the ball now. She played well in parts of that first half, going on a little 4-point run of her own as Bell drives, can't get it. Zeno gets the rebound, wrestled away from her, and on the break, the Broncos find Bull. Wide open is Kuss, but she passes it off, and they can't convert, but she'll get her own rebound. Gives it up. Kuss with the ball again. Bull from deep. Oh! Drains that one. And I'm telling you, the Panthers got to put a body on her all the way out beyond the arc. She'll hit him from anywhere, and an and one. Zeno clapping back, saying, I'm going to get 3 the old-fashioned way. At the line. 37-33. Zeno could make it a 1-possession game again. Here's her shot. It's up and good. 34-37. Panthers down 3. Passing it around. And Coos pulls up. Can't get it to go. And Wilmot ball. Wilmot with a chance to tie the game on this possession. They trail by just 3. They've come out a different team in this second half, and they turn the ball over right away. Poked out from Bell, and the referees have not signaled possession, and they do. It'll be Bronco ball on this end. Coos inbounding. 13 minutes to go in the game. Bull with the ball. She passes out. And some good passing here. Now Coos has got it. Cuts inside and finds Bull. Spin move up, and it's good. Great showing by Bull to come out in this second half. And it's stolen. Out on the break. The Broncos, no good. Bull gets the rebound though. And Coos pulls up. She'll get her own rebound. Drives inside and Panther ball. It got knocked out of her hands. And the Panthers trail by 5. Coach Boyd takes a timeout, and I tell you, they've got to drop something on defense to handle Brooklyn Bull.
My personal suggestion, I think we can face guard Brooklyn Bull.
I think so as well. I think the guards can play good enough defense. They're just kind of sitting in on the perimeter, packing the paint. They need to go out there and contest those shots. I'm not confident if I'm the Panthers that Brooklyn Bull is going to miss one from the parking lot if it's uncontested. That's just the kind of night she's having from beyond the arc. No matter where she is, I want to defend her right up in her face. Don't give her time to breathe, think, or shoot. Panther ball here. Lamberson running the point. 34-39. Claus passes out. Inside, Bell, mid-range, no good, but she gets her own rebound, and the point. Fantastic fundamentals by Bell there. She got her own rebound and scored on the second chance points. 39-36, back down to a 3-point game. Good move on the perimeter, the drive, and Zeno says, not in my house. Rejects that ball, picking up a block. And that's one of the reasons that I'm confident that Wilmot can still play defense if they go out and face guard Bull. The Broncos still have to contend with the force that is Morgan Zeno in the paint. And that one's good. Good passing leads to an easy bucket inside, and it's 41-36. Claus with it, passes out. Alexander, good move, up and in! Fantastic play by Alexander. Created her own shot there off the dribble. Bull with it now. She's going to get a screen. Alexander coming out to guard her. Isolation. She gives it up and sets a screen of her own. Dish to the corner. And Coos gives it back. Thankfully they missed, but the rebound up and in. No shot on the foul. Wilmot ball. Wilmot catches 2 breaks on that play. Not only do the Broncos miss the wide open corner 3 on the bad switch on the defense, but also the Panthers pick up a foul on what was an easy bucket there by Bull. So they get possession, give UG another foul. Let's get them closer to bonus and avoid going down further here. Good pass, Alexander, can't get it. But the rebound by Bell. She goes up again. Can't get it. Wilmot has a definite height advantage down there. Both Bell and Zeno. And Wilmot ball, bad pass. 10-16 to go. Wilmot trails by 4. My mistake, they trail by 3. And they only have 1 foul in the second half, where Union Grove already has 4. Going into the bonus early on here could really help out the Panthers crawl back into this game. Here they are with the ball, dishes it back out. Ketterhagen in the corner, and Hickey turns it over. Dribbles it out of bounds there. 9:55 to go. Neither team has scored in a little over a minute here. The lead remaining 3 for the Broncos. Coos with the ball. Picked up by Ketterhagen. She'll pass it out. Bull with it. And this is the matchup that's really going to decide the game in the end. It's Bull on Alexander. And good D there. Alexander closes out. Make sure Bull does not just get an open shot. Good move. Alexander stays with her though. 9:15 to go. The drive, no good. Let's go. Great shot contest and the rebound. Here come the Panthers. Out ahead on the break. Ketterhagen to Hickey. Thinks about a 3 but passes it up. Hickey's got it again and passes around. Ketterhagen. Great pass. And Hickey, that's the one she wanted. Oh, but she can't convert. Bell, great rebound. Up and in. 40-41. 8:40 to go. The cut and Wilmot ball. They've got the shot to take their first lead of the game here. Let's go to inbound. Here comes Alexander. Picked up by the defense here. Kicks it back out. Trying to work around the perimeter, and Ketterhagen, mid-range. Oh, automatic! She gets another, and Wilmot with a 1-point lead. 8:20 to go. The Broncos come storming down the court. Here's Bull. Step back, jumper, and she buries it! What a shot by Brooklyn Bull. And the Panthers trail 2 points. 8:10 to go. The Broncos take a timeout. And folks, if not for Brooklyn Bull, the Wilmot would really have this lead. She is keeping her team in it this second half. Dana, how many points does Bull have on the night right now?
I'm going to say it's an unofficial 21.
21, give or take, in the booth, do a lot of things by hand, but in the neighborhood of 21 points. Very impressive start, and we still got 8 minutes and 10 seconds to go. She could really add on to that, and Dane, what do they do to stop her besides, you said face guarding last time. Alexander's done a great job, but there's still really nothing more they can do. I feel maybe bring a double team.
I mean, a double team could be effective too. She's been very patient with the ball, so you never know. Let's see what Coach Boyd can draw up, honestly.
Yeah, it's a crunch time for Coach Boyd. Trying to extend the fantastic first season he's having here as the coach of the Panthers. And Lamberson, good drive, passes out. Ooh, Ketterhagen, another mid-range, and she misses. I think that's her first miss of the night. Here come the Broncos. 2-point lead for them. 7:50 to go. Coos passes to the corner. And good defense there by Ketterhagen. Get it outside. 4-3, and it falls. 47-42. A 5-point game. There's Alexander. Bad pass, and the Panthers turn it over. Zeno checks back into the game for Bell. Let's see if she can continue scoring in the fashion that she was to start the second half. Here's Bull with it. Finds an open player. Up and in. Back-to-back threes. The Broncos are heating up, enjoying an 8-point lead. Alexander, the drive, it's blocked. That's number 44, Abby Boyle with the block. And the Broncos have the ball yet again. Passing around here. Peyton Kilberg with the ball. Drives, and she'll draw a foul. looking to add to this 8-point lead. They could put it at double digits with 2 makes here at the line. First is up and no good. Bell checks back into the game for Lesko. Second is up, and that one is good. So 51-42, a 9-point lead for the visiting Broncos. Ketterhagen passes to the corner. Lamberson finds an open Alexander, and no good. Wilmot finding open shooters. They just can't convert on the open looks. Up, no good. Coos the rebound. No foul. Thought she was fouled there. She went down to some contact. Lamberson passes. Bell, good move, and she'll go to the line.
Foul on Boyle. Hartford. Bell to the line. Shooting 2.
And with 6:16 to go, and the Panthers trailing 9, every point counts. First is up, and Bell is too long there. Here's the second. That is up and good. So 43-51. Panthers are going to need to figure something out on defense and offense here. They came out in kind of a blaze to start the second half, but they slowed off a little bit since then. Great defense by Ketterhagen there. Not allowing Coos to get to the hoop. The drive, good pass, no good. Rebound to Bell. Here come the Panthers. On the break, dishes. Alexander nearly turns it over, but pass corralled, and Zeno with her second traveling violation of the game. Gotta avoid self-inflicted turnovers like that one. As Claus will check into the game for Ketterhagen. 5:43 to go.
One big thing for the Panthers is the outside shot has not been falling. If you can start clawing away at this deficit going through the paint, it should be an easy way to get back in it.
Especially with Union Grove already having 5 fouls. Just 2 more and you're in the bonus. Travel there, it'll be Wilmot ball. 5:30 to go. Here's Lamberson. Gives. Inside to Bell, and a fantastic pass. Wow. Wilmot just couldn't finish on the layup. And jump ball there will result in Bronco basketball. Panthers still down 8. Brooklyn Bull running the point. Gets inside and she'll go to the line. She could put it to a 10-point game there, but to no one on the play, Alexander already with 3 fouls on the night. The first is good. Here's the second. That is up and good as well. So we're sitting at a 10-point deficit here. 5 minutes to go. The Panthers are going to have to kick it up a gear if they want to get back into this game. Cross court. Here's Claus with it. The cut. Lamberson for 3. No good. Rebound to Bull. She's running the break. Up ahead. Great pass. And they executed the transition there perfectly. Coach Boyd takes a timeout.
Timeout, Wilmot.
A 12-point lead for the Broncos. Dane, what adjustments can Coach Boyd make here to try to get the Panthers back into this game?
Well, I think the Panthers have to slow up the tempo. They're rushing a lot of shots, and they've also had a few turnovers. Right now, I'm looking at the three-point shots. Only 3 of them made all game.
Yeah, but do you think they can afford to slow down that much with just 4:46 to go in the game and down 12?
Well, there's no such thing as a 12-point bucket. You just got to keep clawing away.
I agree with that. They're going to have to take it slow in some aspect, but also understand that time is a limiting factor here on victory.
Right now, the Panthers 3 of 16 from three-point land.
Not a great percentage there. They'll definitely need to improve that. And they're coming out of timeout here. Let's see if Coach Boyd's adjustments can make a difference. It's been a fantastic season to date right now, and you wouldn't want your first place hopes to end tonight. Lamberson will be the ball handler here for the Panthers. Alexander with it to the corner. Lamberson, great find. Claus, no good. Another miss from beyond the arc. Now 3 of 17. And a travel. Wilmot gets the ball right back. They won't be punished for the poor shooting there. So Wilmot shooting just 17.6% from beyond the arc. An uncharacteristic low for them. Alexander makes it 3 of 18 on the break. The Broncos, that is good. 57-43, 4 minutes to go. And a Panther turnover there. Unfortunate, another kind of self-inflicted error. I think they're going to be kicking themselves for that here, as any bucket here from the Broncos puts this very close to out of reach. And almost a steal there, and they will get it. Lamberson on the break. Slows down and draws the foul. It appears they called the foul offensively. And the crowd not happy with that. Coach Boyd visibly upset as well. And it looks like they're going to try to use up some of the clock here. Just standing beyond the arc with the ball. Passing around. Coos. Good pass inside. No good. Zeno the rebound. Out ahead. Here's Claus. And nearly stolen. Lamberson's got it. Over to Zeno. Long pass. And she'll take a 3. No good. And Wilmot ball. Great effort by Bell. But Dane, I believe that puts the Panthers at 3 of 19 from beyond the arc. Here's the inbound. Bell with it. And another foul there on the Broncos. Just 1 away from bonus. Alexander the inbound. Here's Lamberson. Thinks about a 3. Alexander guarded by Bull. Gets an open look and can't get it to go. 3 of 20 from beyond the arc. And Bell picks up a foul. That'll be the 4th Wilmot foul of the half. .250 remains in the game. Claus with the defense there. Would not be surprised if the Broncos try to drip the clock a little bit. Coos with it. Pass inside, no good, and remains on this end. Claus couldn't quite corral it, and a sub here as Lesko enters for Bell. 2 minutes and 30 seconds remain in this game. A 14-point affair currently favoring the Broncos. push on the Panthers. That'll be their 5th foul of the half. Here's the inbound. It's Bull with it. Dishes inside and a steal. Alexander on the break. Takes it coast to coast. And she takes it in. Great bucket. Full court press from the Panthers here. Just 2 minutes remain in regulation. Let's go the defense. Coos with the ball. They're going to have to try to make a move on a steal here. It's just a minute 50 remains. And the Broncos are just going to try to dribble the game out here. Bull inside, no foul. Zeno nearly gets the ball and it rolls out of bounds off a Bronco player. Delaney Brown enters the game for the Panthers, and Dane, with a minute 30 to go, I think it's safe to say that they've lost this game, as they're now 3 of 21 from beyond the arc.
And that substitution, Brown came in for Zeno. Looks like she'll be done for the night.
Yeah. Played a lot of hard minutes tonight. But with a minute 25 to go here, down 12 points. I think you got to wrap this one up. And I think the main contributor, we pointed out as something they need to do early on was accuracy on the open looks. They're shooting a pretty abysmal 14.2% from beyond the arc.
Definitely something that they can improve on in practice over the next weekend before the next game.
Yeah, you just can't come out and drop that kind of shooting percentage from beyond the arc if you want to keep up with high-caliber teams like Union Grove, as they'll cash in on both opportunities from the line there. Here comes Lamberson. And moving forwards, this means that Union Grove now controls their own destiny, as they'll move into first place. And they don't play Wilmot or Burlington for the remainder of the season. So as long as they can win all the games that, they should win, looking at their record and their stats on the year, they will be first in conference. Wilmot will have one other opportunity to play Burlington to keep in that second place spot. But they've definitely just got to come out and play better than this if they want to remain relevant for conversation for that 2 spot, because Burlington, another team, they came out last week and they knocked off this Broncos squad, and by no small margin either. They did it in full force. And Coos will go to the line. 25 seconds remain. This one's up and short. Wilmot ball.
Hey, fans, just remember, we still have to draw that 50-50 raffle.
Here comes Lamberson. 19 seconds remain. Alexander with it. I wouldn't be surprised to see them dribble out in some manner. Alexander and Delaney Brown will get 2 points there. Just checked into the game. And the crowd loving those last 2 points. But the fact remains that the Panthers shot just above 13% from 3. Dane, that's definitely something that's got to change going forward. They got the open looks. The offense is working. It just comes down to the players converting.
Yep, definitely a rough night shooting. Their scoring was about average, but with all the open looks that they had, definitely could have been a different result.
You talk about just making even close to 25% of those threes. This is a completely different ball game.
Absolutely.
We just talk about making maybe 5 or 6 more out of the 22 that they shot. But no point in dwelling on this game. Looking forward, the schedule. The next home game will be, give me a second, will be versus Elkhorn, I believe, senior night. Next week, Tuesday, February 6th, they will play at Burlington, and that's the biggest game that remains on their schedule. Burlington is the number 3 team right now, tied for second with Wilmot after this loss, as they just trailed by half a game. So your new conference standings will be Union Grove in first, and a 2-way tie with Burlington and Wilmot for second. Overall, a solid game from the Panthers early on. They just fell a little bit down the stretch. They couldn't keep it up, and the 3-point shooting definitely hurt them. Dang, anything else you got to say?
Well, for the Panthers, they were led by Zeno. She was the only Panther to score in double figures tonight.
And we'll be back here next. When's the next home boys game?
Next home boys game will be this coming Monday against Waukesha North, a non-conference matchup.
Nonetheless, still a good team. Waukesha North should be a challenge. They come into Veterans Memorial Fieldhouse. But until then, have a fantastic night, folks. We will see you then.